Hi there, high-level listeners. Welcome back to our English learning YouTube channel with side-by-side American and British English. We've got another business English class for you today. Have you ever tried to introduce yourself and your company to other professionals, but you struggled to find the right words in English? Or maybe you want to ask other professionals more about their jobs, but you can't quite remember the right questions? Well, in today's video, we're diving into a super helpful topic, how to introduce yourself and what you do in a professional setting, like at a networking event with other professionals.
Yes, that's right. Today, we'll help you create what English speakers call an elevator pitch, which is a quick, brief introduction of who you are and what you do. Other professionals often appreciate it when you can introduce yourself with confidence and without taking up too much of the other person's time.
So, we've got some key phrases that will help you sound more confident and make networking much, much easier.
Yes, and we understand that having these phrases in writing is really helpful for studying and memorizing and using them. So we'd like to invite you to become a high-level listening member here on YouTube, and that way you can get a PDF transcript of every sentence and every line that you can download and take offline, and you can follow along word for word. You can find the link for that in the description below.
So, let's get started with these phrases that are going to help you introduce yourself confidently and make a great impression and help you start building your professional network to both people inside your company and outside of your company. So, we'll break all these phrases down into three main parts. First, introducing yourself. Second, briefly explaining what you do. And finally, asking others about their work. So, we want to keep that conversation going. Let's start with introducing yourself.
So the first group of phrases we have is meeting people outside of your company. So these are not your colleagues or co-workers. They work for someone completely different. So the first way you can introduce yourself is, hi, I'm, and your name, from your company's name. It's great to meet you. For example, hi, I'm Mark from EcoSave. It's great to meet you.
Hey, I'm Kat from High Level Listening. It's great to meet you too. Now, our second example, hello, I'm, and then give your name, and I work with, and then your company name. Okay, so the first one we had, I'm Kat from my company. I'm Kat and I work with my company. For example, hello, I'm Kat and I work with High Level Listening. Nice to meet you.
Another example, hello, I'm Mark. I work with EcoSave. Nice to meet you. Third and final way to introduce yourself is quite casual. Hi there, I'm, your name, I'm here with, and then the company name. Maybe you're at a conference or a big symposium and lots of different companies are all there together. So you'd say, I'm here with Microsoft. I'm here with Apple. As a full example, hi there, I'm Mark. I'm here with EcoSafe.
I'm Kat. I'm here with High Level Listening. Now, you might have the opportunity to network with colleagues or coworkers in the same company. Now, you might see their names on emails, but you've never actually met in person. So this would be a good time to chat with people inside of the same company. Hi, I'm, and then give your name. And I'm part of the specific team or specific department. It's great to meet you. So, for example, hi, I'm Kat, and I'm part of the content team. Now, I don't really need to explain what company I'm working with because we all work for the same company. So, hi, I'm Kat, and I'm part of the content team. It's really nice to finally meet you in person. This is a really good phrase when you've seen people on emails. Maybe you've even chatted with them on the phone or on a video call, and it's really nice to finally meet you in person.
One more example. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm part of the operations team. It's nice to finally meet you in person. Yes, as Kat mentioned, we're all working for the same company. So it's the operations team or the content team, the one in the company. So that article's helpful. Another way you can introduce yourself to people who work in the same company is, hi there, I'm, your name, from a team or a department. For example, hi there, I'm Mark from the logistics team. Again, it's the one of the company, so from the logistics team.
I think when you go to networking events, a lot of people just use their first name. But if you are in a little bit more formal, little bit more professional setting, you might want to use your first and last name. In other words, your whole name. And then you could say something like, I go by Kat, or you can call me Kat, right? Hi there, I'm Kat from the social media department. This is very friendly and easygoing. All right, so step number 2 is going to be introducing your company or your role, your position, your job, right? So if you are meeting people outside of your company, again, you might be at a conference, you might be at a symposium, you might be meeting people in your industry, or just meeting new people, maybe when you're traveling or something like that. So you might say something like, I'm with, and then the company name, and we specialize in doing something. So don't forget the ing on whatever activity you specialize in. So I'm with High Level Listening, and we specialize in teaching practical English for work and travel. Okay, so we specialize in teaching. We specialize in doing. We specialize in saving. Don't forget the ing on that one.
Yes. So to say we specialize means the company is really good at doing this one thing. It is the service that the company offers. One more example. I'm here with EcoSave, and we specialize in helping businesses reduce energy costs. So another way you can introduce yourself to people in different companies to you is we work with companies in, and then the industry, to do something. For example, we work with companies in marketing to lower expenses and improve efficiency. So we work with companies in marketing, in finance, in education, a sector or an industry. And what do? Lower expenses. It becomes we work with companies in marketing to lower expenses and improve efficiency.
You could also say we work with professionals. We work with professionals. Those would be the people who are working, right? So we work with professionals in the industry, health and medicine, to what do you do? How do you help them, right? To enhance their English for presentations and meetings. So altogether, we work with professionals in health and medicine to enhance or make it better, to enhance their English for presentations and meetings. Now, the simplest one, we help businesses do something. All right. We help businesses, we help companies, we help professionals do something. All right. So you don't need the ing here. For example, we help professionals learn to speak English more confidently and effectively.
As Kat said, you don't need ing and you don't need to either. It's we help businesses save. We help websites protect themselves. We help businesses save money on utility bills. So next, you might be at an intercompany event, as in everybody works for the big firm. You might work for a very large company with lots of different departments, and you may not get to meet them. They could be different sides of the building, or completely different buildings, or even different cities. But when you're all together and you do work for the same organization, you can explain what you do and what your role is with these sentences. The first one is, I work with the team or department, where we handle, and then your specific responsibilities. For example, I work with the marketing team, where we handle content creation and community engagement. We handle means we work, we create, we do content creation. So one more time, I work with the marketing department, where we handle content creation and community engagement.
I work with the operations team where we handle logistics and supply chain management. So you can say, I work with this team, I work with the team, or you can say, I work in the specific department. Remember, a department is a group that works inside of the company. And usually we only have one, right? The HR department, the finance department, the payroll department, right? It's just one of them. So it's very special. That's why we're going to use the. Now, I work in the blank department. And what do I do there? Well, I work in the department where we focus on and then give a really good goal or a reason that you're there, right? So it's where we focus on, what's the main idea, your main job. I work in the finance department where we focus on budgeting and financial planning for our projects.
Yes, so when you explain your team's goal, we're always using a noun. This could be a noun like recruitment or engagement, but it could also be the gerund noun, like we focus on recruiting or we focus on engaging. You can use either of those forms. As an example, I work in the HR department where we focus on employee engagement and recruitment. So the last one, if you're meeting other people in your company and you want to say what you do, you can say, I'm part of the, and then department, and my main focus is, and then your specific area. So maybe it is a big department with many different employees or a lot of teammates. I am just part, one small part. I'm part of the IT department, and my main focus is maintaining and improving our internal systems. Again, for my area of work, I'm using a noun, gerund, maintaining, improving our internal systems. I could say my main focus is the maintenance and improvement of our internal systems. They're both correct. Sometimes the gerund's a bit easier.
I'm part of the customer service team, and my main focus is ensuring client satisfaction and resolving tickets. So that's kind of nice. I don't just have one single job. I've got a couple of different things that I do. And you can say that I'm part of a team or part of the department. All right. So we do want to ask other people some questions, right? You might start the conversation. So I might say something like, oh, what line of work are you in?
This is for people who are outside your company. So if they work in the same company as you might already know, but if they are in a completely different part, you can say, what line of work are you in? Line is a great word. In this context, it means what kind of industry or what sector or what field are you in? It's a good way to say it and not sound too businessy.
I hear it kind of casually, like even if you're traveling, oh, yes, what line of work are you in?
Another question you can ask to people outside your company is, what industry do you work in? So the grammar is different. What line of work are you in? What industry do you work in? It's the same question in different words. What industry do you work in? Is it IT, finance, marketing?
Now, a simple question could simply be, so what do you do? If I'm asking you, what do you do? I'm asking probably about your work. So what kind of work do you do? Or you could say, what do you do for work? What do you do for fun? Right? If you want to make it really clear. But I think most of the time, especially if you're in a networking group or if you're at an event where you're meeting other people in your industry, what kind of work do you do? And what do you do is a very common question.
So now if you want to continue the conversation or ask some questions and you're talking to people who work in the same company, maybe I work on the marketing team and I talked about myself. I can then ask, are you also on the marketing team? Or maybe I'm in the legal department. Say, are you also in the legal department? I can ask that question and just help the conversation carry on and learn what they do.
Like this one because I'm trying to connect to the other person, and that's a good way to keep the conversation going. So on the team or in the department, that's where it's common to use. Or you could simply say, my job, right? Are you a sales rep as well? Are you a teacher as well? Are you an engineer as well? Now, I'm using as well because I'm a teacher or I'm a sales rep or I'm a doctor, right? Are you a doctor as well? And then I'm trying to connect with you to see if you are also in that position.
Yes, and if I work in the tech department, I can ask, are you in the tech department as well? Remember, on the team, in the department.
Now, if we're continuing the conversation, oh, what department are you in? Now, you might want to give a little bit of kind of some emphasis. So if someone asks me, hey, Kat, what department are you in? And I explain I'm in the marketing department. What department are you in? Just giving that little bit of emphasis, we can absolutely ask each other the same question, but we're going to give a little bit of emphasis. What about you? What department are you in? That way it keeps the conversation going, but you don't have to think of a new question. You can actually just ask the question back to the person.
So it works with everything. Where are you from?
Yeah, where are you
Yeah, you can
from?
do it with
What are
anything. Just
you
put a bit of
doing
emphasis.
this weekend? What are your
Right.
plans for next week? Uh-huh,
What's
exactly.
your name? Right. Okay, we've got a bonus list for you as well. We've gone through those three main stages where you introduce yourself, talk about your role, and then ask a question. If you want some extra things to say at these networking events where there's lots of people, if you want to just keep talking because you like them or you just want to fill the time, you can ask, how did you hear about this event? How did you hear about this event? And maybe they'll tell you that they were invited by their company, they found it on their own, or they know someone else, and you can expand the network.
So, what brings you to the happy hour? So, you could just say, what brings you to this event? What brings you to the symposium? What brings you to the conference? What brings you to the happy hour, right? So, what brings you here? Meaning, why are you here? But if you ask just simply, why are you here? That seems very direct. Like, why are you here? You shouldn't be here. So we
You
usually say
shouldn't be.
something like, exactly. So maybe we should say something more along the lines of, so what brings you here today? What brings you to this event?
Yeah, much friendlier question. Another question I really like is, have you gone to one of these events before? So I'm asking, is this the first time? Or have you gone to one of these events sometime in the past? I don't know when specifically, so I'm using the present perfect. Have you gone to one of these events before? And they might say, no, actually, this is my very first time. What about you? And the ball keeps rolling.
I mean, a completely simple one, you could just say something like, hey, how's your day going so far? Or how's the event going so far? Or, how's your workday going so far? This is very common small talk in the office, and it is a really good way to just break the ice. Hey, how's everything going so far? How's your day going so far?
One last one. What do you think of the event so far? What do you think? As in, are you enjoying it? Has it been a little bit boring? Has it been interesting? Have you made some useful contacts? I know some of my students who work for big companies, when they invite all of their staff to these big AGMs and expos, there's entertainment, there's music, there's guest speakers, there's lots of kind of supposedly impressive things happening. So if that's the case for you, what do you think of the event so far? And they can tell you what they've liked and disliked.
Okay, so now we'll put all of these great questions and sentences together in some dialogues. Every dialogue will be at some kind of networking event. The first two will be with people who work for different companies, different industries, something completely different. And they're meeting each other for the first time and introducing themselves professionally. Okay, so these are all people meeting outside of your company. You've never met them before. Let's start. Hi, I'm Kat, and I work in English language education with high-level listening. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Kat. I'm Mark from EcoSave. It's great to connect with you.
What kind of work do you do at EcoSave?
We specialize in helping businesses save on utility bills and become more sustainable. What about high-level listening?
Well, we work with professionals to help them communicate more confidently in English, especially for presentations and meetings.
Wow, that's really useful. How did you hear about this event?
Actually, a colleague recommended it. How about you?
Same. Yeah, seems like a great place to meet like-minded professionals. Okay, so that's the first dialogue. We're going to show you another one which uses all of the phrases we've shown you so far. This time I start. Hi there, I'm Mark and I'm here with EcoSave.
I'm Kat from High Level Listening. It's nice to meet you.
Have you gone to one of these events before?
This is actually my first time. What about you?
I've been to a few. They're usually great for finding new connections.
It's good to hear. So, what industry are you in?
Energy efficiency and cost reduction. We work with companies to lower expenses and become more sustainable. How about you?
I'm in education. We specialize in teaching professionals practical English for work and travel.
Oh, that's great. So what do you think of the event so far?
It's been really interesting. So many great conversations already. How about you?
Same here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more from everyone here. Okay, so now we're going to do two more dialogues, but this time you're meeting people who also work for the same company. Maybe they're in different buildings, countries, but you all work for the same organization. So you might be at a company happy hour or a company networking event. Hi there, I'm Mark from the HR department.
Hey, Mark. Oh, I'm Kat. I used to work with Nicole.
Oh, Nicole. Okay. So do you work in HR as well?
Yeah, my team mostly focuses on recruitment and employee engagement. What about you?
Okay, I'm part of the IT support team there. So my main focus is maintaining and upgrading our HR systems.
That is such an important job. Have you gone to one of these company lunches before?
Yes, a few times. It's always nice to finally meet some of the other teams in person. How about you?
It's my first one, but I'm already enjoying it. All right, so there you have it, everyone. A really good set of questions, phrases, and structures so you can use these to introduce yourself clearly, confidently, and professionally the next time you're at a networking event, all in high level English.
Yes, that's right. Please let us know about today's video. Which phrases or questions were new for you? Let us know in the comments. We read and reply to every single one, so you can practice with us.
Absolutely, we do. And don't forget that if you want to get a PDF transcript of this episode and see every single line and every single sentence written down for you to take offline, then join us as a high level listening member here on YouTube using the link below.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you for another video here on High Level Listening very, very soon.
Bye, thanks.